So what would some signs, a light bar and an airstrip have in common? Well, stay and watch this video and you'll find out. Ultravision Lighting, the Australian manufacturer of LED lighting for our vehicles, has just released their brand new range of single row LED light bars. Here tonight, what we're going to be doing is taking the range of LED light bars and comparing them to each other to see how well they perform. We've got a private airstrip set up here with distance markers down the airstrip so we can actually see how far the lights are shining and what they look like in this environment. At the end of the video, I'm going to tell you what I think about the new Ultravision single row light bars. Now what I've done is I've chosen 3 of the lights out of the range that I think you've got a good chance of using on your vehicle. So there's the 180 that I'm running on the 200, and that fits the roof of the 200 quite well. That's why I've chosen that. But then I've chosen 2 light bars that are somewhat shorter because that may suit your requirement. At the end of the day, we're going to put the 3 light bars up against each other out here, and you'll be able to have a really good understanding of how that light works and how it's going to suit you and your requirements. So the way we've set this up is every 50 meters down the runway, we've got a sign giving us the distance. And then we'll turn the lights on and we'll be able to see how far down the airstrip the lights are shining. We'll take you and the camera down there and show you where we get to. So this light bar is 180 watts, it's 44 inches long, and it emits 1 lux of light at 1 kilometre. Now, when I turn the 180s on, I can see 900 metres sign from here. I can't actually read the sign, but I know that is the one. Let's go down and have a look at that. How good is that? 900 metres away from the light at the other end of the runway. And we're not using any other artificial lighting up here to film this. It's all the light from the light bar down there. That's impressive. The 27-inch light bar uses 110 watts of power and emits 1 lux at 780 metres. I was actually very impressed with that, and that was just standing at the vehicle and looking at the signs and going, how far down the runway can I see with a usable light, something that's going to be useful when you're on the road driving. Now, when I looked really hard, I could see the 600 and I could even pick out the 700 signs, but it wasn't fair in that you weren't going to use that light. It wasn't enough there. And when it comes to the peripheral light, looking out the side of the vehicle, there's definitely a nice amount of light there. I've got to say, I would probably prefer more than is available with this particular light bar. That's probably a personal preference. I just like to see out there in the sides of the vehicle. So let's go and hook up the 70 watt light bar now, which is the smallest of the 3 that I'm going to test, and see how it performs. The 18-inch light bar uses 70 watts of power and emits 1 lux at 640 metres. So 400 metres, it's not quite as much as the last set of lights, but that is still a very, very usable light when you're out there on the road. This is probably going to suit somebody who's a little bit more budget conscious, but they still want quality and they still want a light that's going to give them good light. Now, one of the things about light is that a quality light is going to allow you to see the detail in the terrain. This means you'll see the potholes, you'll see the corrugations, you'll see the ruts and so on, and the undulations in the road you're traveling over. So there's a lot more to light than just how bright it is. So at the end of the day, the 70 watt light bar is going to give you a good quality light at a really nice budget price point. So it could well suit your needs and your requirements. But anyway, there you go. It's well worth checking it out, isn't it? You can't come out here with all of those lights and not turn everything on. So I've now got the 180 light bar on, and I've got the 2 180 Nitro Maxxes on, and I mean, it's like daylight down here. That sign is definitely brighter with the 180 Nitro Maxxes on, and the trees at the back here are what really tell the story. They are just lit up. And how much light do you need? All of it, I reckon. The beauty of the single row light bar is that it really augments and supports those driving lights in a beautiful way. It just fills out all of that extra light on the peripherals and gives me a whole heap of depth as well. But if you were on a budget and you had to make a call between driving lights or a single row LED light, I'd almost suggest you look at the single row LED light. They are that good. So once again, Ultravision have really created a product right here in Australia that is really well built. It looks great. I mean, this light bar as a single row is going to graft into the grille of some of the vehicles out there on the market, and if you mount them up on the roof like I have on the 200, I think that's a really nice clean light. They actually work really, really well, as we've seen in this demonstration. I'm MadMatt. Stay safe on the trails.